on both sides of the ball, but there we see, especially on offense.
I think a textbook case today, Lyndsay, of a very accomplished player allowing the game to come to her rather than forcing anything. Air ball caught and secured by Jordan Parker. Nice jump stop, and Parker a little short on the shot, and then a careless foul 85 feet from the basket. Andre Knott patrolling the sidelines here at Value City Arena. He has a report for us, Andre.
Obviously, all the talk in both the huddles coming into this quarter was about Jenna Burdett's big third quarter. From the coach Kirkbride, he told his Bishops, he said, look, just keep playing strong defense on her. When she gets in the corners, look for them to try to double team her some more to get the ball out of her hands. But he told them, don't be discouraged. Their defense is what got them back into this game.
Parker with the foul, her fourth, and now Molly Nash at the line. She now has 13 and making it 14 on the day.
Back into the game for the Lady Eagles.
5-point lead here for Eastern. Keller will get a breather. And again, she's playing with 4 fouls, as is Jordan Parker. 5.5 minutes to go. Fateful minutes left in this Division IV championship game at Value City Arena. Burdett finds the outlet. That is Parker, who stays on the court with those 4 fouls. We talked about the potential double teams of Burdett, Lyndsay, and she is so adept at finding the open player.
She is, and that's what makes her such a good player, is that when she is one-on-one, she has the ability to have these amazing acrobatic scores on top of a really great shot from behind the arc. But also, if she is being double teamed, like you said, great basketball IQ, always finding her open teammates.
Rosecrans with a chance to pull a little closer. They are down by 5. Swackhammer has not scored in the second half. She had 6 in half number 1. Chandler. Johnson, yes. Their go-to player behind the arc. She has 8.
Like I said, never count out Chloe Johnson. That's someone that Eastern, like I said, whether she's made 10 in a row or missed 10 in a row, always got to be keyed in on her.
Burdett draws the foul. Swackhammer with her 3rd. Eastern ball. There's a timeout on the court. We'll take one as well. D4 championship game. 2-point lead for Eastern. (39-37), Reedsville Eastern leading Bishop Rosecrans by 2. 4:13 to go. 4th quarter. Could not be any tighter here for this Division IV state championship trophy. And foul trouble for Eastern, a team that usually will go not much more than 7 or 8 deep, Lyndsay, and John Burdett will have to try and work the pieces of the puzzle very carefully here the rest of the way.
He really is. Keller, Swatzel, Parker, all of them being 1 foul away from fouling out. He can't afford to lose all 3 of them. Somehow, he's going to have to start to work some of that, the rest of his bench in, like you said.
Jenna Burdett at the foul line for Eastern. She knocks down the first. Burdett now with 20. 40-37, and she'll have one more shot coming. An 82% foul shooter during the season. She knocks them both down. 21. 4-point ball game now, halfway through the 3rd quarter. Kirkbride goes to Chandler. And now Chloe Johnson out front. Rosecrans shooting 29% for the game. Bride misfires from 3-point range, and that one's headed out of bounds. Burdett now 17 of Eastern's 19 points in the second half.
She's come alive in this second half, and she's really become the pulse of this team. And not that she wasn't before, but in this second half especially.
She will bring it up, and they would like to keep the ball in her hands a lot here down the stretch. Nash will pick her up. Eastern will try and set up some ball screens for her, no doubt. Swatzel trying to post up. They do get it to her, but forced outside by Nash. Eastern can afford to use some clock here. 4-point lead for the Eagles. Burdette works her way into the lane. Off the glass and in.
We've talked about Jenna Burdette's acrobatic moves, and that's a perfect example of what she does well. She can be all twisted and look like she's going different ways, and then all of a sudden gets it to fall.
Somehow avoided all the contact there. Here's a long three by Kirkbride. That is just off the mark. She had a wide open look. Rosecrans continues to struggle from the floor. And right now, time not on their side. 2.5 minutes to go. Burdette, nice feed to the baseline, and now Parker will go back to Burdette. Co-player of the year in Division 4. Nash on her, and Swatzel helps out. Parker, the runner. And Johnson clears for Rosecrans. Chandler has it stripped away, and a foul coming up. 2 shots for Maddie Chandler. Jenna Burdette, her second foul. Let's see it again, Lyndsay.
Take one more look. Wow, a lot of contact going up. And Chandler finds herself at the free throw line. We've talked about how important free throws are, and they get even more important come fourth quarter.
Well, she had been 4 of 4, and now 4 of 5. She has 6 points on the day, and one more shot coming. Chloe Johnson will leave. Chandler with 7 rebounds to go along with those 6 points. Missed them both. Offensive rebound by Nash. She will go to the line, and boy, John Burdette cannot believe what he just saw. Gail Kirkbride will take it. Molly Nash back to the foul line with 14 points. That's it for Swatzel. So Katie Keller comes back in. She has 4. Well, Kirkbride not happy with the call. I should say John Burdette not happy with the call as he consoles Swatzel, who is a senior.
And with Swatzel being out, I'm sure Coach Burdette told Keller, look, choose your fouls. Do not. We cannot have you foul out of this game, especially with Swatzel being out. They need rebounders. They need their big girls down low.
6-point game right now, and that one finally falls after 3 consecutive misses. Gail Kirkbride uses a 30-second timeout. Molly Nash with 15 today, 43-38 here in the Division 4 state championship game. We'll get a look right there at Gail Kirkbride in the Rosecrans huddle. These teams meeting for the second time. You see some numbers for the Bishops. 62 points a game in the regular season, 57 in the state tournament, so very consistent, and also the defense going up a notch, holding teams to less than 30 points per game during this state tournament run. And as we've mentioned, Lyndsay, after losing to Eastern, their only loss of the year, 20 consecutive wins. That winning streak in jeopardy today. 2:03 to go. They are down by 5. Eastern ball. Ball knocked away. They tried to get it into Keller, and boy, they were just ahead of the 5-second call.
They weren't. I'm sure that that's something that Coach Kirkbride was talking to Rosecrans about in that timeout. We have got to pick up our defense intensity. Yes, it's been high this entire game, but this is where we push extra. We're down to about 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, still in the game. This is where they have to give it everything they have.
Jess Smith in for defense, and now Chloe Johnson comes back in with a change of possessions. Nash misses the layup. Keller with the rebound. And they find Jordan Parker. Rosecrans will pressure full court, less than 2 to play. Burdett with the ball. If Rosecrans decides to foul, they want to foul someone other than Burdett, but Swackhammer, I don't believe, was starting to commit the fouls to stop the clock yet, Lyndsay, but they got her on a reach-in. That'll be her 4th, and it sends Burdett to the line. Not what the Bishops wanted there.
No, I don't think they did, especially with Burdett going to the line. I think you would want one of the other players to go because of how effective she is from the free throw line.
Now 24 for Burdett. She scored 38 in the semis. What a second half for this senior. Missed the second. 44-38. Eastern looking for their school's first state championship. Kirkbride wanting to get her team in position.
And Coach Kirkbride telling his daughter at the point, relax, there's still plenty of time.
The coach.
They don't need to rush.
Jump shot by Johnson, missed everything. She took a shot to the face after she let go of the ball. No call on the contact. I was getting ready to say the coach and Alexis Kirkbride coming out right there.
Yeah.
So he's shouting some instructions to her team. Now Johnson misfiring, she leaves, and Smith back in for defensive purposes. 1:19 to go, 6-point game. They will wing it length of the court, and Burdett there for the reception, but then she throws it away. Uncharacteristic turnover. Swackhammer to the other end, right into the teeth of a triple team, and she's called on a double dribble. Well, Lyndsay, it doesn't seem like it to the Rosecrans players, but a lot of time left in this game. It's a two-possession game.
They seem to have this rushing about them, and they need to just take a breath and slow down a little bit. They're playing great defense, and they had an opportunity there, but then rushed it.
Parker is fouled up court just about when she reached the top of the key. You see who the foul goes against. It's Molly Nash. It's her 4th foul. Rosecrans, 3-time state champ, 3-time runner-up. Jordan Parker knocks down the foul shot. She has 5, and now a 7-point lead. She can make it 8.
And with Chloe Johnson coming back in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if right now they draw up some kind of play, Rosecrans, in the next possession to try and get the ball in Chloe Johnson's hand with that deadly 3 that she has the capability to hit.
Timeout taken by Eastern. John Burdett will use a 30 here to try and draw up his game plan for the final 61 seconds. An 8-point lead. Take a look here at the Eastern Eagles, a school record for wins, and you talk about what John Burdett has done. This senior class, 89-15 during their high school career. So the last 4 years, a state championship could be in the offing, and that would be their 90th win as high school players.
Not very many people who go through high school and can say that for any sport, let alone here. But they've had great careers. This senior class has just gone through ever since they were freshmen and given everything they've got.
Eagles and Bishops in the final minute of the D4 championship here in Columbus. Kirkbride for 3. Too strong, and Keller, playing with 4 fouls, grabs the rebound, and she is quickly fouled with 49 seconds left. Maddie Chandler, her 4th foul. Eastern 26-1. Did not lose to an Ohio team this year. Their only loss to a team out of Huntington, West Virginia. Rosecrans 1 loss to Eastern. Keller will have one more coming. She has 5. She'll try and make it a 10-point lead. She does. 6 for the senior, Katie Keller. Nash to Chandler. Step back 3. And the rebound in the corner for Eastern. 37 seconds left. 10-point advantage. Chandler called for the foul as she tries to strip the ball from Maddie Rigsby. And Rigsby to the line, and Lyndsay, the green-clad Eastern fans can feel it.
This arena has gotten significantly louder in the last 30 seconds or so, but a lot of fan support here.
Chandler will leave. As we mentioned, a multifaceted athlete, fouls out. She scored 6 today in the championship game. And she will complete her basketball career as a state runner-up, most likely. Johnson and Nash are leaving. Kirkbride is leaving as Gail Kirkbride gives his upperclassmen a chance to be recognized by their great fans seated behind the bench. First shot is up and good. Rigsby has 2 points today. 11-point lead now for Eastern. Riley Hagee is in the game. Also Abby Hutchison in the game for Rosecrans. Madeline Nash is in the game. Second shot no good. It'll go to Rosecrans with 29 seconds left. So Gail Kirkbride getting some of his players off the bench and into the state championship box score. Final 20 seconds. Nash with the layup that rolls out. It has been that kind of a day for the Bishops.
Really having trouble with some of those shots being close, but it's not in.
5 seconds to go. The Eagles are the Division IV state champs. The Division IV state championship is history, and it belongs to the Eastern Eagles, their first state title in girls basketball history for that high school. 27-1. They finished their campaign on top in Division IV. Lyndsay, a great effort in the second half by Jenna Burdett. She finishes with 24, 20 of those coming after halftime, and we talked about it at length. A great player that absolutely took over this game.
She really did. She lit up that second half. First half had some trouble, some shots falling. Definitely was not the case in the second half.
Andre Knott is on the court, and he has a special guest.
Jenna, first of all, congratulations on winning the championship. I think you scored 20 of the 27 points in the second half. What warmed you up in the second half?
Well, I had a slow start at the beginning, and we were all kind of nervous, and so I knew I had to step up and to help my team, so we just made it happen, I guess.
How cool is it to win a state championship with your father as the head coach?
Oh, that's awesome, I guess. I mean, he's been my coach forever, besides junior high, so forever, my whole life, so it's pretty awesome.
Well, congratulations and enjoy this.
Thank you.
No problem. Back to you, Dave.
Andre, thank you very much, and thanks to Jenna Burdett, our player of the game, brought to you by the Cleveland Cavaliers. All for one and one for all. Fitting that the Cavs sponsor our player of the game because Burdett hit an NBA range 3 during that great second half. You see a little step back there. She did it all in all phases, Lyndsay, today. Driving to the bucket, the spot-up jumpers, an all-around performance and a great job by her Eagles teammates on not only the defensive end, but by getting her the ball as well.
Yes, like you said, there's no range that scares Jenna Burdett, and I hope that she carries that into the next level. She'll be a great joy to watch at University of Dayton at the next level, but I'm sure this state championship is exactly no other way she would have rather ended her career.
Well, for Bishop Rosecrans, they finished their season at 27-2. Both losses coming against Eastern, but a return to the state Final Four for one of the all-time great programs, their 11th trip to Columbus. And they fall here in the state final game. It's their 4th state runner-up in school history. Absolutely nothing to be ashamed of if you're a Bishop's fan or player in the way they performed this championship season.
Not at all. In this game, they played very tight right up until the very end. And they have, like you said, nothing to be ashamed of. Had a great season, played a tough game here today.
Well, they shot just 24% from the floor today, Lyndsay, and I credit some of that to the Eastern defense. And as you alluded to during the game, sometimes it's just not your day. A lot of good quality, high percentage shots rimming out. Also, they were 15 of 24 from the foul line. So they left 9 points at the table at the free throw line as well. End up losing by 11. So some of those foul shots go down. You have a different story as well. Just one of those days where one team shot a little better than the other. And Rosecrans, as Gail Kirkbride had told us before the game, he felt they played very well in their semifinal. Not a whole lot of things to shore up. They came out here, they gave it their best shot.
Right, and even with, like you said, with those missed shots, they still kept this game very close for majority of this game, and that just goes to speak of how talented this team is all around.
Well, they did play good perimeter defense. Eastern 5 of 18 from behind the arc. Burdett hit 2 of those shots. But for Rosecrans, Molly Nash, Lyndsay, the second team All-State performer, 15 points in this game today, just short of her season average. A 1,000-point scorer, their conference player of the year. She had a very nice game. We see Molly right there. Championship medals being presented to Rosecrans. We'll have the presentation live on the court in just a moment of the state runner-up trophy. Your thoughts on Molly Nash today?
Molly Nash really was the heart of this team today. She did it all, from offense to defense, her rebounding, just keeping calm also and keeping her team together and all on the same page. I really can't speak enough of how well she played today for her team.
Some of the coaches and support staff getting their medals as well. And as we said in the first post-game for the Division II championship, Lyndsay, it's always a very sort of bittersweet feeling to see one of these teams lose. It's always going to happen, and they are obviously disappointed. But with time, they realize what an accomplishment it is just to get here to the Final Four, notwithstanding the championship game.
Right, and being here today, right now, in this moment, and losing, yes, it's hard, it's a very bad feeling, but like you said, with time, they're also going to realize how amazing it is that they made it here. There's only 2 teams in the state that get to play on this stage, and they were one of them.
Let's send it out to the court now. We'll have the presentation of the runner-up trophy with Dr. Debbie Moore.
Now present the 2014 State Division IV runner-up trophy.
Ladies, let's turn around here and face your fans that have traveled from Muskingum County to watch you play and play well today. Coach Kirkbride and everybody here in this arena, I want you to know we've been playing basketball on the girls' side for 39 years. And I think everyone would recognize the tradition of excellence that's represented by this high school, Bishop Rosecrans. 11 times you've been in this Final Four. Back home at Bishop Rosecrans High School, you've got 6 trophies sitting in your trophy case, 3 championship trophies and 3 runner-up trophies. And Coach, today we're going to present you another trophy. And ladies, even though it's silver, it represents an outstanding season. And I know these folks would agree that you have represented yourselves with class and with pride. I'm here with Mr. Ackerman, who's on our board of directors from your district in the East, to present to Coach and to the bishops from Bishop Rosecrans High School this trophy, which says Division IV runner-up girls basketball. Congratulations on an outstanding season, ladies.
The Rosecrans Bishops holding the Division IV state runner-up trophy. Dr. Debbie Moore gives the best speeches. She really always fires me up.
She does.
Well, you hear the ovation starting now for the Eastern Eagles, who will be taking the championship trophy home, and they have definitely fired up their hometown fans who have made the trip over here to Columbus, and they'll get their medals here, and you'll hear a thunderous round of applause when Jenna Burdett gets her medal. And obviously we focus a lot on the player of the year, Lyndsay, but who else stood out to you on this Reedsville Eastern team today that helped create this state championship moment?
Well, I think that overall they all did a really great job of playing their little parts. We talked about Laura Pullins a little bit at half, and she really did. That's one of those players who is maybe, I don't want to say underappreciated, but maybe is someone who you don't hear the name that often, but she did a great job of picking her shots, especially in the first half where maybe Jenna Burdett couldn't really get her shot to fall. Laura Pullins did a great job. Also, you've got to recognize Erin Swatzel, Katie Keller, really battling in the boards and doing a great job for their team, which was such an important piece to this puzzle and to this championship.
Now Katie Keller battling through some early foul trouble, set out much of the first half, finished with 6 points today. And of course, you mentioned Laura Pullins with 6 points on a pair of three-pointers in the first half. Jordan Parker finished with 6 points. 2 points for Maddie Rigsby, 5 for Erin Swatzel.
Number 11, Laura.
It ends up being somewhat of a lower scoring game than perhaps we thought at 49-38. Some foul shots extended the lead at the end. The pace of the game, who did you think it favored?
I'm sorry, what?
Who did you think the pace of the game favored today?
I definitely think that Eastern ran this pace. They kept it fast the entire game. Yes, they slowed it down when they needed to run plays and such, but overall they controlled the pace of this game.
Medal presentations continuing out on the court right now. Jordan Parker about to get her medal. She is one of their top seniors, all-state second team. Averaged 16 points a game during the course of the regular season. 49% from three-point range. Finishes up her career with a state championship. You see those great big smiles on the faces of these student athletes.
Also a senior.
Jordan Parker's another one of those players who did such a phenomenal job today, crashing the boards. And that was something that they really wanted to focus on. They really wanted to be there every possession, crashing as much as they can, blocking out, and Jordan Parker was a big piece of that.
Eastern did own a slight edge in rebounding, 35-33 in this game. Eastern shot 39% for the game. Katie Keller called out for her medal now. 17 of 44 shooting for Eastern today, 5 of 18 behind the arc. They hit 10 out of their 16 foul shots, only 10 turnovers in a very tightly played defensive game. 5 steals, 3 of them from Jenna Burdett today. Always great to see these players rewarded for all of their hard work during the course of the season. Lyndsay, so many hours of practice, odd times, and balancing that with academic responsibilities as well. The end of a long, grueling campaign that began in October.
But I'm sure if you ask anybody on that team, they would say it was absolutely all worth it. All, like you said, all the hours and all the effort they have to put in as student athletes all paid off here today.
The small school division championship belongs to the Eastern Eagles, and enrollment, the last time schools were classified, 84 female students at Eastern High School, Bishop Rosecrans. Female